World Angel. Today is going to be an extended reading, so let's just go ahead and get started, shall we? I'm going to start off with Kipper. See what messages for the Divine Collective absolutely need to come through. Angels, ancestors, the highest way light. Let's make this a super helpful message for the collective today. Couple disclaimers. Not every message within a reading will be for you. So if you find that this resonates and you go over to New World Angel and you purchase the extended reading, just keep in mind that I am reading for a collective, a group of people, and that not every message within a reading is for you. So don't try to make it fit. Don't gaslight yourself. And what else? Yeah, just take what resonates and like, share, comment, subscribe. Definitely helps the channel out. Can be dealing with a court case or something in the legal system, but let's just see what our collective needs to hear today. What's going on in the Divine Collective? What needs to come out? Imprisonment, judgment rendered, or maybe feeling like you're in a prison, feeling stuck because of a court case coming up, maybe, or possibly court is on hold. That can be it. And because it's on hold, you're having to stay in prison longer. I don't know, but can be imprisonment of the mind or actual jail, prison. What's going on? I hope you guys are liking the signed readings I'm doing. I've been enjoying them. Gemini had a great one today. I really enjoyed that one. Yeah, someone's not doing well currently where they are. Not in the best health. Maybe even mental health too, you know. If you're in a mental prison. Message. Message of concern regarding work and the Lovers, what you chose to do, possibly with another person or whom you were in a collaboration work-wise with somebody. Lovers can be, to clarify, if you're not in a romantic relationship, lovers can be family members. They can be best friends. They can be, people that you just jive with. Like somebody in your close inner circle. There's a message of concern regarding work. Anything else? Mystical. Wants me to get into the mystical here. And then I will pull some of my own cards too. There's a rich, good gentleman. Oh. Expectation. A long way. There's an expectation that is headed your way. You've been seeing this coming regarding a kid, a little child. Bereavement. Maybe you find out somebody in your close inner circle isn't doing well, like either mentally or physically. I mean, I hate to say that, like, they could be passing, but that very well could be the case. Yeah, and by way of the passing, receiving a gift on top of that. Maybe like something was left behind by a family member meant for a little child once somebody passes. I don't know. Let's see. We'll get into it. Current energy, Spirit. We want this to be a helpful message for our collective. Someone is dreaming of you. Dating. Country settings. You're not seeing something clearly, collective. No one is inherently all good or all bad. Research, studying. You're not seeing something clearly, collective. No one is inherently all good or all bad. Maybe you placed judgment on someone, and after, a bit of time studying, researching, reflecting, people are all fired up. Some sort of information is coming to light. What else? It's regarding a family member or like an actual lover, somebody like you're in a relationship with. But I more so get like family or like friends that feel like family. But you're definitely getting the scoop on something, or did. Like where you once weren't seeing something clearly, this researching and studying is bringing to light the truth. Fanciful and free, yeah. It's kind of releasing you. Maybe you're so like caught up in how you perceived a certain family member, and that is now like a different image is coming to light for you. Hair. Maybe hair's your thing, where you just appreciate your hair, doing something different with your hair. Redirection is your protection. Yeah, whatever this information is, and yeah, whatever you're researching, studying, and uncovering, you're finding that you're having to move in a different way, and that is out of necessity, but it's also protection for you. Redirection is your own protection, can feel like a punishment as you're going through it. So maybe this is like a forceful sort of energy too, and it feels like you're being punished, but no one is inherently all good or all bad. So, you know, not everything is black and white. There are nuances to your story and to this person or little child's storyline. Certainly regarding work. You make me nervous. You're saying that to somebody. But there's a need to trust your gut on this. Guilty by association. Is that you? Trust your gut on this? Guilty by association? So whether or not, like, you played a critical role in this, you might have been affiliated with this family member, and now, you know, because of your proximity to them and lack of knowledge or clarity at the time, you are inherently guilty by association. Yeah, and you have a victim mentality about it too. That's, you're not seeing something clearly. Like, you're not seeing the role that you played in this. And whomever you're thinking is like, is the one who is doing this to you, like, you need to stop and sort of redirect yourself, because being in this victim mindset is not, that's not helpful. Like, you kind of need to see how you're guilty by association, or how this person that you're dealing with is guilty by association, and stop being the victim about it. Your manifestations are coming in. Sour Patch Kids. I just made this card. I love it. Sour Patch Kid. I mean, you might love Sour Patch Kids, but it's more so the energy of, like, sometimes sweet, sometimes salty or sour. You know, like, you never know what you're going to get. Maybe you feel that way, and that's why this person makes you nervous. Bullshit and party. Yeah, I just don't, I feel like you're, whatever you're being redirected away from was a bunch of bullshit and partying, and it wasn't allowing you to see something clearly. Receiving Dharma, that's your manifestations are coming in. Your presence demands respect. Ugly ducklings. I say ugly in quotation marks because I feel like that's what you weren't seeing clearly. Like, you thought somebody was, maybe because of their association to something, like, you just thought that they were like the worst fucking person on the planet, when in reality it's like they were completely misunderstood. You know, like, this person isn't, like, ugly. There is something to be uncovered about them in this current month too. Or maybe you might find that they are actually like an ugly person, you know? Maybe you're not seeing that clearly. The current month. Anything else? Pick up another deck. What else? Yeah, maybe you just didn't know, like, your work is changing because you didn't know what this person was up to, or like what they were doing, possibly like behind your back, and now you're guilty by association, and you have like some sort of a victim mentality of it about yourself. You need to shift out of that mentality in order for your manifestations to come in, though. And maybe you toggle between that, you know, like sometimes sweet, sometimes sour. Like you don't know which way the wind blows. And I think what's clouding your judgment is this bullshit and partying. When in reality, like, your presence demands respect and possibly like your innocence too, regarding the ugly ducklings that are in your camp. Anything else needs to come out? Mysterious. Something's just sort of like an enigma to you. Like it's escaping your grasp. And that's what you're not seeing clearly. Like something is escaping you, and I feel like you're around and around and around we go. Yeah, you're just like on this loop. It's a victim mentality loop. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. It's a lot of, maybe you hold a position within your family, like head of the family, and you were kind of blind to the work that was being done behind the scenes. And now that you've sort of clarified things for yourself, you're like, trying to redirect yourself, and you're trying to trust your gut on this, but you know you're guilty by association, and that's what's putting you like in this victim mentality. There is an ascension process though happening. Maybe ascending to this position of leadership too. And maybe you're even taking a deeper look at like, why do I keep finding myself in this like loop-de-loop, like around and around we go, merry-go-round. Here we go loop-de-loo, here we go loop-de-lie. That's what I get. And it is regarding a child too. I adore you. Somebody adores you. Somebody is saying that. Okay. All right. So as a refresher, we have somebody is getting a message of concern regarding their lover's work or what they have been up to. And there's an expectation that has been a long time coming, possibly a judgment being rendered regarding a child. You're definitely not seeing something clearly, or at least you weren't seeing something clearly. No one is inherently all good or all bad, and so you're having to do a little bit of digging, research, and studying, possibly something new, a new job. Hair is of significance for you. Maybe you just like changing up your hairstyles, but redirection is your protection. Somebody is telling you make them nervous, possibly because like you're a Sour Patch Kid. They don't know what they're gonna get, like sometimes sweet, sometimes sour, but either way, you need to trust your gut on this because you're guilty by association, and this victim mentality is not going to allow your manifestations to come in. Neither is the bullshit imparting. So if that's like a thing for you, or like a trigger, or something that you're just prone to doing just to like, not see what you need to see, or like not get done what you need to get done, then that needs to be corrected. Your presence demands respect, though. So even though you're guilty by association doesn't mean like you are guilty of those acts. And so like you need to demand respect for yourself, especially amongst like these ugly ducklings in your world. You know, maybe they are perceived in one way, you know, maybe they're looked up to in some sort of way, but then once you do like your research and you're starting to uncover, you're like, these people are not like good people at all, and something's going to happen about that this month. There's a inherent mysteriousness about this, like here we go here we go again, around and around on this like cycle. And because you are in an important position, I mean, heavy is the head that wears the crown, and you're having to ascend through this. But we end up with, I absolutely adore you. Somebody's telling you that. So maybe that's like, you're going to be presented with somebody is sort of like telling you this, and it's like, you need to trust your gut on this. They're guilty by association. That's just sort of what I get. All right, collective. If you feel like this is your message, head on over to New World Angel. We'll go on for like another 30, 40 minutes or so. We'll get into this. If I don't see you over there, then I will see you at the next reading. Enjoy the signed readings, and I will see you guys real soon.